I want you to talk to me. Does your mother know about this?
I hope not.
Talk Radio UK.
Or inspiring, I would say.
Whose missus has hurt their back?
Dave's.
How?
Bending over a filing cabinet.
Bending her? She wasn't with the boss at the time, was she?
That's what we want to know.
The fabulous radio extravaganza.
So you've got incredibly tight trousers now.
Yes.
I
had to adjust my fly. Hello.
Hello.
The number to call, 0345 1053 89. Live long and prosper, and may your children be healthy.
Talk Radio UK. It's the talk of the nation.
Okay, Mike, once again, I place myself in your capable hands. What are we going to do now?
Why don't you tell us another story, Al?
You want me to tell you another story? You like these stories, don't you?
I love your story.
You're like a little child. Tell me a story, Uncle Al. Tell me a story. Which story do you want to hear?
You ever met any famous people?
I meet hundreds of famous people every day. It's part of my business. I mix with these people. They're my contemporaries. Who do you want me to talk about? Who have I met recently? Let me think. Do you know who Brian Cant is?
Oh, yeah, of course. Everyone knows who he is.
All right, then who's Brian Cant? You don't know, do you?
Yeah.
No, you don't. Who is Brian Cant?
I don't know.
You don't know exactly. I'll tell you who Brian Cant is. Brian Cant is one of my heroes. I love the guy. What he did, he presented kids' TV in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I tell you, generations of children grew up with this man as a surrogate father figure. He's absolutely wonderful. Used to sing songs, used to play games, used to read books, used to play with dolls. It was absolutely amazing. He's truly one of the greatest broadcasting talents of any generation because he's affected and touched so many people's lives. And I've always wanted to meet him. And then a couple of days ago, I'm at the Ritz, being wined and dined by Jeremy Scott and Andrew. You know, they're trying to butter me up because we're in the final stages of contract negotiation. And we're having a few cocktails, and they're plying me with a roast dinner, and, you know, they're really going out for this. And I'm suddenly get a call of nature, and I thought, better go to the toilet. And I'm there in the toilet, doing my business, as you do, when I hear the door go, and I look out the corner of my eye, and in walks Brian Cant. Absolutely unbelievable. Not only that, but he comes and stands in the urinal right next to me, unzips himself, and starts doing the business. Can't believe this. I've just got to say something to it. I can't just stand there and just pretend I don't know who he is. So I say, you know, Brian, I'm not being funny right now, but honestly, you are one of my childhood heroes. Absolutely idolize you, and I saw everything you ever did, and I just think you're brilliant. And I don't know, he must be used to this all the time because he instantly said, you know, I'm sorry, but I've not got time to give you an autograph right now. I'm a little bit busy, but I appreciate your liking my career. And I can understand that. He's a busy man. He's got lots to do. And even his hands are tied up at that moment, you know, and he can't write me an autograph. And I said, no, you got the wrong end of the stick, Brian. What I actually would like you to do is do me a big favor. I'd really appreciate this. All I need you to do is to say something to me. You see, I'm currently in the middle of contract discussions with my bosses. I work at Talk Radio UK, and I present a radio program there. And we're just putting the final touches to contracts, and I'm trying to get more out of them. And I think they'd be really impressed if somebody famous like yourself actually knew me, because I've been telling them, I've been bragging to them that I know lots of celebrities, and I'll have no trouble getting them on my program for interviews. And if you were to come over and just acknowledge me, then I think that would really blow them away. They'd absolutely love it, and it would give me some extra power in the contracts. We're stood over by the kitchen. We're sat over by the kitchen, and if you'd like to come over, just tap me on the shoulder and say, "Hi, Al, it's great to see you. Sorry I haven't been in touch recently, but I'll give you a call next week, and we must do lunch." If you can say that, it'll just blow these guys away, and who knows, I might get a better deal from them. And God that he is, instantly he says, "Yeah, no worries, I'll do that for you. No skin off my nose." So I goes back to the table, sit down, we're having our after-dinner coffees, and I'll see out of the corner of my eye that Brian's walking towards us, and he stops right next to me, puts his hand on my shoulder, and he says, "Hi, Al. I'm so sorry I haven't been in touch recently, but I've been a little bit busy. I tell you what, next week we'll get together, and we'll have lunch, and, you know, we'll have a good time, and I really must apologize for not being around recently." And I turn to him and I say, "Hey, thanks, Brian, but piss off, will you? I'm busy." And that's the time that I met Brian Cant.
Wow, man. Wow, man.
swear to God, every single moment of that story is the truth. I cross my heart and I hope to die. I'll eat a slice of dog poo pie. This is Talk Radio UK on 1053 and 1089 kilohertz medium wave. You're listening to Wild Al Kelly. I'll be here till around about 6 o'clock this morning. We're looking for your calls. The telephone number is 0345 1053 89. And we thought we'd start out this first hour by wondering if you've ever had a meeting with somebody really famous. I met Brian Cant, and maybe you've met somebody famous as well. So do call us up. Tell us what they're like. If they're total gits and they're not like they're like on telly, or they're not like they're like in the films, then we do want to know your wonderful story. The telephone number, 0345 1053 89. And we have Kev in the studio who has met somebody famous. Is this true?
Well, sort of, Al. Actually, did I ever tell you the story? My dad was nearly in Led Zeppelin.
No.
No, he was.
It's all lies.
No, he was nearly in Led Zeppelin. Well,
carry on with it.
Sort of. No, he's not really. He went to school with Robert Plant, though. You know.
So he could have been in Led Zeppelin.
He could have been. Had he learned an instrument and hung around with him a bit more and taken some more substances, then perhaps he could have, in fact, been in Led Zeppelin.
You think? So if anything like that has ever happened to you as well, if you nearly became famous because you nearly met somebody, or you nearly were involved in anything, what about you, Mike? You ever had a brush with greatness?
Yeah, but you probably wouldn't know who they are. They're all Canadians. And
Well, go on.
it's a well-known fact that Canadians are famous.
Is it?
But-
So 0345 1053 89.
That
What?
reminds me of a story. It probably won't mean much to you, but I'm going to tell you today anyway.
Please do.
I was in Soho, and I was having a drink with a friend, and I saw a familiar face coming down the street. And he popped into a little porno store, checked out the videos, and he popped out and I said, oh, he looks...
You're not going to libel anybody here, are
No,
you?
he's in Canada. Okay, sue me, Ed. Anyway, I said, that looks like Ed Broadbent. I go,
Who?
wow, it is Ed Broadbent. Now, let me explain. Ed Broadbent was the leader of Canada's Socialist Party for about 15 years. He's the Canadian Neil Kinnock. And he popped out of this porno store
No.
thinking, no one's going to recognize him. And I said, Ed, what are you doing? And he startled him, and he came over, shook my hand, tried to talk it off, and said, what were you doing in there, Ed? Ham, and he had no answer.
What the hell was he doing in the middle of the street?
He was stammering because he thought he'd been caught out.
Is that true?
It's true. It's absolutely true.
Who's the first call we're going to go to? Which one do you recommend? Which one, Mike? No, right, you highlight, and let's go to Grant. Hello, Grant.
Hello there, Big Al.
Hello there.
Hey, how you doing?
What are you calling in for?
I met No Edmonds one day.
No,
I
really?
did, honestly. I was on the golf course, and heard this four. It was No Edmonds. He was wearing a tracksuit, and I let him play through, right?
I'm listening.
I let him play through, okay? Then he started chatting away. He was on about how beautiful the course was, okay?
Yeah?
Then I started chatting about his haircut, and he's on about how he dyes it all the time.
This
It's
is...
crazy.
No, he doesn't.
He dyes it all the time.
Noel
he
Edmonds'
dyes
hair.
it.
No, he doesn't. It's natural.
I swear to God, he dyes
It's
it.
like that.
It has. He says it's because of the golf he plays in Spain.
Because of all the golf he plays in
Golf he plays
Spain.
in Spain, he says it turns ginger.
Is that true?
Honest,
Don't believe a word of this, Grant.
Oh,
You're
sorry.
drunk, aren't you? Jan in West Wales, hello.
Well, hello there.
Well, hello there.
I've got three, my claims to fame, anyhow.
Well, let's hear... There's the best one first.
Oh, no, I'll leave the best till last.
No, you'll give me the best one first.
No, I've got to leave it till last.
All right, you didn't want to do it, so let's go to Sam in Stanwell. Hello, Sam.
Hi, it's Sam in Stanwell.
I know.
met Sylvester Stallone.
Where and when and how and with whom?
You know Planet Hollywood, yeah?
Yeah?
We went to the groundbreaking when it first opened up, the publicity thing, and we went to a,
How old are you, Sam?
me, I'm 14.
Too young. Let's go to Sean in London. Hello, Sean.
Hello, mate. How you doing, mate? All
I'm
right?
doing all right, mate. How are you, mate?
Yeah,
Right,
good,
mate?
Steve. Yeah, lovely.
Wonderful. You a
What?
professional cockney?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Well, Dave's in it. What do you want?
I don't know. I'm just inquiring, that was all.
Do you know Fatma Whitbread, do you?
Not personally, but I know who she is.
Right, anyway, I've done a bit of weight training with her.
Where?
At school. When I was at school 8 years ago, yeah?
You was at school with Fatima Whitbread?
No, she wasn't at school. She was doing weight training there. She donated the gym, right, to the school. And she was giving it the old push-ups and all that. And then what I had to do, you know the medicine ball?
Yes.
Yeah? She was doing the sit-ups. I was throwing the medicine ball at her. And she'd catch it, go down and all that. And unfortunately, I threw it wrong at her tits.
And what did she think of that? Does she have any?
Hey?
Does she
Oh,
just has
you're
a
telling
chest?
me, mate. No matters on her tits and her arms.
And was she angry with you then?
No, I think she quite liked it, mate. You know what I mean?
She
I tell you what,
enjoyed
she
it.
frightened the crap out of me.
Did she?
Cool, blimey.
Well, you've been
Put me off a
lucky.
win for 2 years.
You had a brush with greatness with Fatima Whitbread, you
Oh,
lucky
mate.
devil, Sean.
What I thought for her now, what do you reckon? Put her in the ring with Bruno. What do you
Who?
reckon?
Fatima
Bruno.
and Bruno.
Yeah, what do you reckon?
Oh, I wouldn't give odds on Bruno.
No, I think she's got a good go there. What do you reckon?
I think she could floor him pretty sharpish. Thanks for your call, Sean. Just like to point something out to you as well. You may hear my producer whispering in the background. He's answering the telephones. He is Mike Hansen. And apparently several people have commented that it sounds like he's feeding me lines. He's writing my gags. This is not true. Everything I say is of my own creation. You don't write me gags. You don't feed me lines, do you?
Not at all. Just the fact that I have my hand up your back to make your mouth move at the time has nothing to do.
So
No, it's not true. Al is a spontaneous factory of gags.
Yes.
And there's nothing. He needs no prompting from me.
No, none whatsoever.
I'm busy sorting out.
So the voice you hear in the background going is not giving me gags. He's just answering the telephone. Do you understand? We just want to make that point clear. 0345. Excuse me whilst I burp. 0345 1053 89. That's our telephone number. We're looking to hear how close you came to fame. If, like, we've heard that Kev's dad was almost in Led Zepp.
Almost in
Almost
Led
in
Zepp.
Led
This
Zepp.
close.
That close.
This close.
Pretty darn close. So if you have nearly been in a famous rock band, or John Lennon asked you to be in the Beatles and you said no, go away, then do call us and let us know. Also, if you've met somebody famous, we want to know what they're like in real life. Now, don't say anything horrible and nasty and libelous, because we'll just get rid of you, but we want to know your impressions of famous people. 0345 1053 89. That's the telephone number, and we have Mike in Swansea. Hello, Mike. Mike couldn't be bothered waiting. Jan, hello. Jan, are you there? Andy in Leicester. Hello, Andy. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Morning, sorry. Yes. Talk about these famous people.
Who have you met?
Oh, Prince Charles, twice, occasion.
Where and when and how?
Now that was in Thorpe Satchville after, he's hunted.
What, foxes and things? And,
yeah. Well, I'm anti all that now. I've learnt my lesson from knowing it. And I was cleaning down the horses, mucking out and whatever, after the hunting and that, cleaned down, and I took a few horses down to the other stables. Come back, whistling away, and seen this bloody great Rolls Royce, green Rolls Royce, and these security guards. And I thought, who the hell are they? And carried on whistling. They stopped me, asked me who I was, because I was on a white chest then, working with horses.
Did you look a bit shifty, Andy?
I did, because I've got, I always did.
Yeah,
So I
I
always
can
wore a
believe
leather jacket and that, working with horses, and they used to moan at me for it, because I had long hair as well. They couldn't believe that I liked horses, All
right. Like you like drugs and weren't interested in horses.
No, none of that stuff.
I know.
Anti all that.
But this is what the special branch thought. They thought he looked a bit shifty.
They did, yeah, because I always had the moan from the bosses and that, and they says, carry on. So I did. And there he was, stood there. I thought, what the? No, I had to look twice. And there he was. And he come over and, says, good
He
evening.
spoke to you?
He come over and says, good evening. I says, who are you? I says, Andy. He says, I believe you work for Mrs. Richlight. I says, yes, for a few weeks now, on a white chest placement, and it was quite a surprising thing.
And was he a pleasant chap?
He was very pleasant, very pleasant.
Was he
concerned.
Andy, was he genuinely interested in you, or was he just, being polite?
Probably not so, as you could say, but, he was interested about his horses at the time, because I was actually bedding them down, from the hunting and that.
What does Charlie smell like?
Just like you and me, really.
I don't think he does. That's one thing that always interests me. What do famous people smell like? So if you've met somebody famous, for example, Noel Edmonds, what might Noel Edmonds smell like? Or what do you think famous people smell like? Then do
I don't
call.
really say that famous people smell like anything. I just treat them just like you and me, really. Just anybody's anybody.
No, they must smell of money.
He was a nice bloke to know.
Was he?
Yeah, I admit that. And there was another time, a few years later on, where I got another job hunting stables, second head groom. Worked for a place in Barkston Le Vale, outside Beaver, outside Melton Mowbray. And Viscount Linley. I worked for well, not for him, but...
No, it's not as good as Charlie, Andy.
Eh?
I think Charlie was the pinnacle of your celebrity meeting
Well, I've
habits.
seen a few things there, you see.
Well, I don't think we need to
I'm
know.
not gonna
No. I'm sure you can think of something really rude to say about Viscount Linley, but we can't broadcast it. 0345 1053 89. Do call us. Tell us who you've met that's famous and what they were like. Also, if you've nearly been famous, if you almost had your chance at fame but blew it in some strange and ridiculous way, then we want to hear that as well. And also, what do you think famous people smell like? Which famous people, and what do you think they would smell of? 0345 1053 89.
Millions of couples are affected by the distressing problems caused by erectile dysfunction or impotence. Modern medicine, however, has advanced so far that today there are several simple, orthodox remedies to restore.
You're listening to Talk Radio UK.
On 1053 and 1089 kilohertz medium wave, my name is Wild Al Kelly. We're here for the next few hours, and initially, we're talking about your brushes with greatness. Who do you know who's famous? And we'll go to Jim in Paisley. Hello, Jim.
Yeah, how you doing now?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Fine.
Good.
I would just like to say, met Linda Nolan in Blackpool, and after I was on
say that.
stage,
I didn't hear that quite, Jim.
I was in Blackpool,
Yeah.
and I met Linda Nolan.
Linda Nolan.
Yeah, when she was doing Maggie Mays.
I saw on TV on The Word the other evening. Did you catch her then?
Yep, certainly did.
So are her breasts as pendulous and massive in real life as they are on the television?
They certainly are.
Yeah? Is that all you could keep your eyes on?
Certainly.
'Cause she's still a very attractive woman, isn't she?
That's it, for her age.
Well, how old is Linda Nolan? Does anybody know? Do you know, Jim?
A bit late 30s.
You didn't ask her?
Certainly didn't.
So what did she say when she met you?
At first, I was on stage with her.
Doing what?
A dance.
What kind of show was she putting on? A cabaret show?
Yeah, but then, later on, she actually sat on my knee and sang us a song.
She sat on your knee?
Yeah.
Were you aroused?
Certainly.
Was she aware that you were aroused, Jim?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. You're saying you've got nothing to show for it?
No.
No?
Just that it was because I was younger, no, and I was a bit embarrassed about it.
Ah, I see.
But after the show, her and her husband bought us a drink.
Did he? So she a genuinely lovely human being?
She certainly is.
Ah, because if you were to find out that any of the Nolan sisters were horrible, it would, shatter you, wouldn't it? It'd be the end of it, to think.
Yeah, I know.
I'm in the mood for dancing, romancing. I could go on, but I think I would offend too many people. Thanks for your call, Jim. Let's go to Steve in Broadstairs.
Hello.
Who's your brush with greatness, Steve?
Well, I've met a few famous people. The best one was I was walking past a theatre one night, and Bob Monkhouse come walking out with his wife, and my friend was in a wheelchair, and because he's got spina bifida, and he just pulled out two photos, signed photos, out of his pocket and gave us one each.
You mean Bob carries signed photographs around with him?
Yeah.
That's because he's such a huge star, isn't it?
Yeah, well, he's a brilliant bloke, and...
Doesn't his son have spina bifida or something like that?
Yeah, I think he does.
Or multiple sclerosis?
Yeah, so that was one of them that I met.
Well, no, is that all he did? He just whipped out two photographs from his arse pocket and handed them to you?
And he sat there talking to us outside this theatre on a bench for a good 5-10 minutes.
Is he cracking gags all the time?
No.
He's just a gag machine.
What,
Bob Monkhouse.
Mother-in-law and wife jokes?
No, he's better than that, though. I mean, I've got a lot of time for Bob Monkhouse. I think he's really sharp and really funny.
He's one of the genuine blokes.
Yeah? Who else have you met then?
Well, they were filming Only Fools and Horses down here in Thanet once, and the cast of that were, well, Nicholas Lyndhurst and David Jason were arrogant. And
you didn't like them?
No.
Why? What kind of stuff? Were they just distant?
They had the attitude, oh, we're the stars, we'll sign autographs later. But Buster Merrifield, who plays Uncle Albert, he was a laugh. He's very posh, though.
Is he in real life?
Yeah, he talks really posh.
Really?
And so does Alf Garnett.
That's Warren Mitchell, isn't it?
Yeah.
How come you've met all these people, Steve? Do you hang around TV sets and whatever?
No, I work for a small radio station.
All right, you got no life then. Tracy in Aldershot, hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Just like to say thank you very much for keeping me entertained all night.
You're very welcome. Liz in Norfolk, hello.
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 I've met Dave Berry. Well, I know Dave Berry from being a little boy.
Who's Dave Berry?
he sang at the Crying Game. And
about the crying game.
That's it. And he's known by the locals as Sugar.
Why?
I don't know. That's his nickname.
But you don't know why?
No, I don't know why.
He used to live by you, did he?
Yes, he did. I used to go to his mum's house.
Really?
Yes.
What was he like as a child?
Very nice.
A pleasant, affable young man.
Yes, very pleasant indeed.
So what's he doing these days? I mean, to be honest, I've never heard of him.
Haven't you? Oh, he married a girl from either Sweden or somewhere, and he does a lot of travelling around the continent, I think, singing. And of course, he goes and does these, like when they all get together, like the Seekers and all that. He's over their show.
Oh, he's in one of those sad hits of the Giants of the 70s show.
Yes. And
with Shawaddy Waddy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've also met, like the last caller, met Grandad in Only Fools and Horses.
So does he talk with the posh accent?
Yes.
And
I don't know where he lives.
Oh, well, don't tell us where he lives.
No, I won't.
We'll have thousands of people heading that way to beat down his door just to stroke his beard.
That's true. I've met Slim Whitman.
Slim Whitman, he's country music, isn't he?
Yeah, and Demise Russo.
How come you've met all these people? Do you just go to their concerts?
I did do, yes. And I've also given breakfast to Danny Daru.
You've given breakfast to him?
Yes.
Why, you worked in a hotel or so?
I did,
B&B?
Yes.
What's Danny like?
Very nice. Because, of course, you call when you're working in a hotel here. Everyone is sir and what have you. And he said, oh, don't call me sir. Call me Danny, darling.
What did he wear to bed? A nightdress or some pajamas?
I wouldn't know about that.
Oh, come on, Liz.
I wouldn't.
Yes,
no,
you must have sneaked into his bedroom.
No.
And had a quick look.
No way. No.
All right, then. Thanks for your call, Liz.
Thank you.
If anybody wants to call us, the telephone number is 0345 1053 89. Who have you met that's famous? Have you ever nearly been famous and missed fame by a little whisker? And also, what was the third thing? What do you think famous people smell like? I'd like to hear that as well. Paul in Aldershot, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How's things?
Not too bad.
Okay, I met Jim Davison.
What's he like then?
He was very good, very friendly. He's actually just come back from a fishing trip.
So, is he Jim Davidson all the time, like he is on telly? Or is he different in real life?
Well, I suppose you could say I've met sort of two faces of Jim. You know, when I met him that day he was very friendly, very talkative. And then we went on to see a show, one of his shows. It was a charity show. And he was a completely different guy. And I mean, he's got a rude side to him as well.
You mean on the stage?
On the stage, yes.
And we'd just like to point out as well that Jim Davison does an awful lot of work for charity.
An awful lot.
And he never talks about it. He's a very shy man when it comes to all the work for charity that he does. So I'd just like to set the record straight here.
Oh, yeah, that's
he doesn't get the you know,
the accolade.
The accolade that he deserves. Jim Davison does a lot of work for charity and he never talks about it.
That's right. And he smelt a fish, by the way.
I thought he might do. Thanks for your call, Paul. Let's go to Sarah in Wellington. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
Have you met somebody famous?
Yes, I have. I've met Craig Charles.
I don't know. I don't think you want to talk to us about that. Let's go to Shirley in the West Midlands. Hello.
Hello.
Who have you met?
Roy Wood from Wizard.
Another rock and... Well, no, what's the Christmas song that he's famous for?
What is it?
I wish it could be Christmas every day.
That's the one, yes.
So, what's he like?
Well, he was quite different to what I've seen him on telly. I was working actually on a market and selling haberdashery, and he came just to buy beads because he was making a cot for his child.
From his own hands?
Yes. A handmade one, you know, which totally took me aback.
Yeah, because you think
Because you'd think a man like, you know, with the money that he's got, would buy one, but he wanted to make one.
You'd also think that with his rock and roll lifestyle, being the lead singer of heavy metal glam rock Wizard, that he wouldn't, he would just eat babies rather than make cots for them.
He wanted to make one to say that the baby's daddy had made that.
So, did he chat with you, Shirley?
Yes, we had quite a chat about different things, because my husband's a bit handy when it comes to making things, and so we were talking, and you can imagine the looks on the people on the market. They were looking, they said, you know who you're talking to? That's Roy Wood. And I was saying, yes. It was very nice. He was really easy to talk to, you know, and he sort of spoke to you as just normal, which, you know, when you've seen him on the stage in all his wild makeup and his hair.
Well, it seems so far from all the calls we've received that apart from Del Boy and Rodney, all famous people are really nice in real life, you know. They're quite approachable and pleasant. But
He was really just like an everyday sort of guy, you know. He was really good.
because I've not been approached by a fan yet. I haven't been stopped in the street and asked for my autograph, and I don't know how I'll react. How do you think I'll react, Mike and Kev? What do you think I would be, pleasant or aggressive and nasty?
I don't know. It depends on how they approach you, because you're very flexible in that area. If someone comes up and tells you how lovely your hair is and how great you are, you're the first one to say thank you very much and let me buy you McDonald's lunch. And if someone gets in your face, you get right back in it. So be warned. Al is crazy if you're crazy at him.
What do you think, Kev?
Well, I think if somebody did recognize you, which is very likely in the very near future, I should think that you'll probably whisk them off to a fancy restaurant and lavish them with luxury gifts and so forth.
No, I don't think I will. No, quite now. We've had a telephone call from Sweden. Would you believe this? Sweden, hello Sweden, come in Sweden. Martin Howard, I don't know if you are a Swede or whether you're just over there, but he's trying to call our telephone number. And it seems that if you're calling from abroad, you're not allowed to access the 0345 code, because I think BT must bar it or something. So his claim to fame is that he almost once got through to Wild Al. Alistair in Gwent, hello.
Hiya.
What's your brush with greatness?
I met Keith Chegwin down to Deeger House.
Is this pre or post alcohol problem?
Oh, 1981 it was.
Well, was he on about what? Did he drink a whiskey?
No, I think this was before his troubles.
I don't know. He's in the paper today, his story, and I don't know if he was on the booze in 81, because if he was, he'd probably stink of piss, wouldn't he, and sick.
Yeah. This was when he was doing a roadshow for Saturday Superstore.
Oh, great. Do you remember Saturday Superstore?
Yeah, Mike Reed and all that, yeah.
No, Noel Edmonds was Saturday Superstore.
No, that was
he
Swap
wasn't.
Shop.
That was Swap Shop, of course. Getting confused here. So you went down to...
Yeah.
You're the first person I've ever spoke to who actually made the effort to go down to a Saturday Superstore or a Swap Shop roadshow.
Oh, well, my mother wanted to go down there with my baby brother then, and she pushed me forward to get his autograph, and I had to get it 6 times for the neighbours.
6 times?
Yeah.
And did he do it every time?
Yeah.
And with a smile on his face?
Oh, yeah, he was quite nice.
Ah.
Then I met Ray Reardon.
Well, that's not very good, is it? I mean, Ray Reardon isn't
Cliff
exactly a
Wilson.
celebrity.
And I've also met Windsor Davis.
Oh, yes.
We went to a musical. And he was doing a couple of numbers with Don Estelle.
Oh, no. Well, what was their big hit? Whispering
Grass.
Whispering Grass.
And Windsor Davis almost tripped over my grandfather's foot. He was walking down the aisle, and my grandfather is 6'2".
I can just see Windsor Davis going arse over tit down this bloody aisle somewhere and singing Whispering Grass. Wonderful. Thank you for your call, Alistair. Do you know who Windsor Davis is?
I have no idea.
Windsor Davis. It ain't half hot, Mum? That doesn't ring a bell with you?
Not in the slightest.
Do you know who Donald Sinden is?
Nope.
Well, don't worry about it. Nobody else does. Lorna in Twickenham, hello.
Hello.
What's your brush with greatness?
David Bowie, Mick Hucknall, and Kate O'Mara.
Well, let's talk about David Bowie and Mick Hucknall. Is these after gigs?
Yeah, well, yes.
Are you a groupie then, are you, Lorna?
This is a long time ago. It was about 8 years ago when they were in concert.
Oh, they were in concert together?
No. Mick Hucknall about sort of a year after David Bowie.
All right. And what was David like?
He was brilliant.
Did he talk like this when he spoke to you?
He was a really, really nice guy, and he was a real gentleman.
What kind of things did you talk about then?
Everything, really.
How long did you spend with him, Lorna?
A few hours, myself.
A few hours?
And a couple of friends.
How come?
We were invited back.
Are you pretty?
Ish.
You're a bit of and your friends a bit of babes as well?
Yeah, we're all pretty much babes, really.
No.
We were.
You were. Did you feel that maybe, he was coming on to you? Or
he was.
He was?
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
This is before he met Iman, I think.
Right.
Yes.
And so, what kind of things did he do with you?
That's very personal.
Did you and David Bowie get it together, Lorna?
Yes.
No.
No. No. Oh, no. You liar.
I promise you.
No.
Yes.
What was it like?
Really good. Really, really, really good.
So-
I promise you, I'm not lying.
So David
Didn't
Bowie...
his eye bother you, though?
I got a snog out of Mick Hucknall.
No, we want to talk about David Bowie, Lorna. So he's good in bed.
Yes, he is.
How long did it last?
Oh, God. For a few hours.
A few... hold on, were your friends with you as well?
No.
It was just you and David?
Yes.
Who did you... how come your friends weren't invited?
They were with the band, actually.
All right. So it's true, all this rock and roll groupie stuff.
Well, it just sort of happens. I'm not really a groupie.
Well, how did...
Look, if you were invited backstage, I don't know, by Madonna, would you turn it down?
No.
Exactly.
I'd be straight in there like a rat up a drain pipe, Lorna.
So it just sort of happened, really.
So were you picked out of the audience, or...
Yes.
So what?
We were near the front.
He had security people and they
And
approached
they came
you?
down to see us and invited us back.
Tut, tut, David Bowie, you naughty, naughty boy.
Oh, he's lovely.
And you've...
It was a long time ago.
Is it the best sex you've ever had?
No.
But it's pretty good.
It was damn good.
Has he ever... Was that it? A one-night stand, you never saw each other again?
He gave me a telephone number, but I never called. He was going off to, some other country after that.
Why didn't you call him?
No.
What do you mean, no?
It was my claim to fame. Once was enough for me.
You could have been Iman.
No.
You could have been Mrs. David Bowie.
No.
Yes.
I know.
Well, what do you do now, Lorna?
She can have him.
Well, Lorna, what do you do now?
I'm a travel agent.
You're a travel agent.
Yes.
You're not on mega money.
I'm on reasonable money.
You're on reasonable...
It feeds me.
But just think the lifestyle you could be leading if you were Mrs. Bowie.
Oh, too much. Too much. I'm happy the way I am.
Oh, I don't know. I think you blew it, don't you? Look,
No way.
You don't regret it. It's just a great night and it was a memory.
It was brilliant.
Wonderful.
But as I said, it's over with now.
All right. Thank you for your call, Lorna.
All right, then.
Cheery bye. Let's go to Karen in Portsmouth. Who've you slept with who's famous, Karen?
I'm not saying anything. I thought we weren't supposed to be talking about anything libelous.
All right. So what's your claim to fame?
Mike Reid off of EastEnders.
What's he like?
Smashing.
Hold on a sec. I can impersonate Mike Reid. You ready for this?
Go on, then.
Run around now.
I thought it was go.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was run around now. Oh, no, I'm hopeless. It's run around now, isn't it?
No, I think the caller's right on this occasion.
So it's... Go!
Yeah.
You know who Mike Reid is?
Yeah, he's Frank Butcher.
Well, he used to present a kids' quiz program called Runaround.
Yeah, that's right.
Back in the late 70s, early 80s, and
I
it
feel
was
so culturally
stunning.
deprived.
You've never lived, believe
I
you
am,
me.
God.
So, Karen, what's he like?
He's great.
Well, did you meet him when he was Runaround or Frank Butcher?
No, well, in between those times.
When he wasn't famous?
He was doing the cabaret circuits at Butlins.
Yeah.
And I was working there at Minehead. And I met him in the bar after one of the, one of the performances. And we just got chatting. And he used to come back every sort of 6 weeks back to the same camp. And he knew, at the time I was a waitress, he knew I was interested in becoming a redcoat. And he said, do you want me to have a word with a few people? But I said, no, I wanted to do it on my own. But he used to make a point of coming into the bar and subjecting himself to all the people that were coming up to him going, terrific, and go.
So,
everyone would be standing at the bar, but he used to come into the same, just stand there and wait for me to sing, and then we'd go off for a drink. But
oh,
he
wow.
was really brilliant. And then he was performing at Portsmouth Guildhall about 8 years later. And I dropped a note backstage just to say I was there. And we went round the back and he'd sent a bloke out to ask us backstage.
He remembered
and
you?
We had a chat, yeah.
After 8 years?
Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable. So he's a really good bloke, Mike Reid.
Excellent. Yeah, he really is. Really smashing.
And did you ever become a redcoat?
I did.
And it was all off your own back as
It
well.
was,
You
yeah.
didn't need the hand of Mike Reid to give you a leg up.
No.
Excellent. Wonderful story, that, Karen.
Okay.
Thanks for your call. Goodbye. Let's go to Michelle in London. Hello, Michelle.
Hello.
What
I'm
about you?
ringing for my mum because she's too embarrassed to tell you herself.
Why?
Well, I don't know. She's silly.
Are you more outgoing and confident than she
More
is?
chatty, I suppose.
More stupid as well, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she said when she was about 17, she used to go to the Tottenham Royal, and she used to dance with Reggie Cray.
Reggie?
Reggie Cray.
I don't know. What do you reckon? Are we frightened by this, Kev? Should we go into Cray territory? Because I have a lot of listeners in prison, obviously, and who knows, Reggie.
He
and
may
Ronnie.
remember her. How do you know?
It does sound like an interesting story, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, was this Reggie's club?
No. This was the Tottenham Royal. It's just a nightclub in Tottenham, and it's been changed a few times. I mean, it's still open now, but it's more of a sort of a kids sort of place, teenagers.
Did she meet him when Reggie was notorious as a gangster?
I think this was sort of before, sort of as they were sort of up and coming.
Yeah.